welcome to Sima Can Help. My name is Sima and thank you for tuning in. Today we'll be talking about judgment, criticism. Why do we criticize? Why do we judge? To some extent, it's part of the human nature. Why? I don't know. But we've all done it at some point in our lives. So stay tuned. First, let's define judgment. Judgment is the ability to make, consider a decision, or come to a sensible conclusion. Now let's define criticism. Criticism is indicating the faults of someone or something in a disapproving way. There you have it. Now let's talk about why we should not criticize or judge others. One way to fight that urge, one way to avoid criticizing others is to ask yourself one question. Are you perfect? Are your loved ones perfect? If the answer is yes, hey, feel free. Go ahead and criticize. However, if it's no, take a step back and think before judging or criticizing. Here are some healthy ways to support a friend, a family, or an acquaintance. Here are healthy ways to support them if they come to you with challenges, telling you their problems, trusting you. Instead of judging or criticizing, you can choose to practice active listening. Listen to them. Provide them an ear. Let them know that you're there for them. You're there to listen, not judge. And when you're listening, it says listen, right? Not talk. So practice that. Like, listen without interrupting. Listen to what they have to say. Don't, in the middle of a conversation, cut them off and say, well, this is what I would have done, or this is what... They're not calling you for that. They already know. They know the situation they're in. Now, your job is to support them and provide them a shoulder to lean on. Criticizing them or telling them what they should have or could have done does not help the situation. When you hang up with them, you call the next person and talk about them in a negative way. One, they didn't give you permission to do that. Think to yourself before talking about them and ask yourself, is that what you would want someone to do to you? Would you want to share your personal information or concerns and challenges with someone you trust? And once you hang up that phone, they turn to someone else and share your story. Two, you can empower them. Empower them by pointing out their strengths, because you know them. You know what they're good at. You can point that out. You're a good mother. You wake up every day, you go to work. You have children, or if they don't have kids, you go to work. You're funny. You're honest. Whatever good attribute they have, point it out. Point out their strengths. Everybody has a strength. So you can point out something to make them feel good, feel valued. There's nothing like someone supporting you and telling you, reminding you of how valuable you are to them, to the world. Let's try to be nice. 3, check in with them. Check in with them if they called you today with a problem, maybe tomorrow, follow up. If you can call, shoot them a text. Let them know that you're thinking about them. Ask them how are they doing. We have a lot going on with the pandemic, and before the pandemic, we all have challenges. Let them know that you're there for them. You know, maybe you could, do you need something? You need me to call? You need me to do anything? I'm here for you. Don't judge. Don't criticize unless you're perfect, and none of us is perfect. Remind yourself of that before criticizing or judging. Being judgmental or criticizing a lot can affect you as a professional, especially in the field of social work. Why? Because you are going to be working with clients who have challenges, clients who are oppressed, clients who have been through you cannot even imagine. Unless, of course, if you're in the field already and you're working with clients, you have an idea. So they're not coming to you all perfect. They have concerns, they have issues that they're dealing with and trying to solve. If you're the type of person to criticize people, you're not going to not criticize your clients, because that's just a part of your personality or something you do. You should work on it if that's what you do. Remind yourself again, as I said before, are you perfect? The answer to that is no. So why criticize others? You don't know where they grew up, the challenges they face, the trauma they've experienced, what they're going through. You don't know much about these clients. And even if you did, let me say you've been working with them for a long time, who are you to judge them? Lift their spirit up. If you're in the social work field, you already know about strengths. We all have strengths, but some of us have those strengths laying dormant in us. It's your job as a professional, as a clinician, as a social worker, as a human being, to push that person, encourage them, empower them, wake those strengths up. They are there. They just need to wake up. Some longer than others. It may take longer for some than others. But we can all achieve the goal of being strong and independent, free from our challenges, or at least deal with them. In the social work field, you have to learn to be neutral, to avoid criticizing. Because if you don't do that, you lose your ability to engage with clients, because those thoughts that are in your head, those intrusive thoughts that come in with all the judgment and criticism about a particular client or a client who's sitting in your office or that you're about to see, can cloud your judgment. If you're having a hard time not criticizing people or not judging them, then work on it. Learn how not to criticize or not to judge. People are really quick, and people can be very, very mean sometimes. Talking about people's kids, how they raised them. This kid is like this because the mother didn't do this, or the father didn't do this, or the kid just doesn't. Oh, who are you to criticize or judge? Are you perfect? Because I'm sure if we dig a little bit, you probably have some skeletons in the closet as well. There you have it. Don't criticize and don't judge. Be nice. Thanks for watching and have a nice week. Ciao.